Good morning. I wanted to come on here because I have been reflecting on a lot lately. And I don't know, maybe somebody needs to hear this. I hope this, finds whoever needs to hear it. But I was having a conversation with my best friend this morning. And, she was talking to me about her job and telling me how, her job keeps writing her up for the most stupid things and how they're underpaying her. She has way more responsibility than she's being paid, and she just doesn't know what to do because she's been applying for job after job after job. Of course, nobody's, responding to her, and she just kind of feels hopeless about it. And this is something that I have been reflecting on a lot. I know in my first video I said that, I know my purpose isn't meant to be working a 9-to-5 job and to make one of the richest companies in the world even richer. That my purpose is much bigger, much more important than that. And so I just want to talk to people who are on my wavelength. I hope that the people who may see my videos are part of my collective, part of my soul tribe, who are kind of on the same journey that I'm on. Honey, these companies, they're doing the most. These companies, they squeeze every little drop of labor, of life force, of passion out of you, and they do not pay you what you are worth. We're living in a time where you gotta have 2 full-time jobs, 3 side hustles, and be donating plasma to pay your bills. And it's rough out here. It's rough out here for anybody. Anybody under the age of 40. But I mean, it's rough for everyone out here. And rather than focusing on applying for these jobs, we need to start thinking about what sets our soul on fire. What is our purpose? Why are we on this planet? If we could do anything in the world right now and not get paid for it, but still feel fulfilled and taken care of and, happy to do it, what would we be doing? For me, I'm an artist. And I'm working on a few projects I'm not going to talk about because, don't put anything out into the world until it is done, said and done, all right? But, there's several things that, even though I'm not getting paid for them right now, even though, I'm doing them because they fulfill me. And I'm just like everyone else. I work a full-time job. All right. My commute is 2 hours a day. Okay. So, I don't have children or anything, but I still find time. I find time. Okay. I don't have I don't have all the time in the world. Okay. I'm a busy person, but I find time. And it's really just about what small things can you do in a week that will lead to greater things. So I'm an artist. I do at least 1 to 2 things a week that support my purpose. You know, like for example, one of my projects that I've been working on that I eventually want to kind of use to like, I don't want to make a career out of it, but I want it to be one of my like main things. I have been working on this thing for 2 years now. Okay, it's been 2 years now. Anybody else that I have seen do this, it's like boom, 1 month they do this, they do that, and then they start. And by now, since it's been 2 years, I mean, they've taken off. They've been successful. And for me, my journey is different, okay? Because I'm not privileged. I have been poor my entire life. I have lived in poverty my entire life. And so it took me 2 years just to be able to start the first step. And in that time, in that 2 years, what I have done is I have, first of all, come up with the idea. I've come up with my niche, my brand. I've done the art for it. And I made these goals. And even though, you know, it took 2 years and I'm still not like ready to start doing this thing, it's like I still have gotten these steps done. And it has fulfilled me. And I'm not sitting here like down on myself, telling myself, oh, this should have been done faster. This person that you like started, you were talking about this with, they already have 2,000 followers. I'm not doing that because I am a very realistic person. I'm real about my journey. And I say to perfectionism, fuck you. I have never been perfect. My life has always been imperfect. My journey has always been imperfect. And just because it's taking a little bit of time, just because I'm going a little bit slower, that does not mean that it's not for me. And it doesn't mean that I will be unsuccessful. And it doesn't mean that I'm not worth it. Okay? So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what sets your soul on fire. What is something that you could do even if you were not getting paid for it right this second? What could you do, all right, that follows your purpose? What could you do from a place of creation to fulfill yourself that may one day down the line set you up for success? Stop applying to these fucking jobs. All right? These companies, they've made their fucking money. All right? You're working for millionaires and billionaires. Okay, some people trillionaire, but I don't know. You are working for billionaires, okay, who exploit you. All right, they exploit you. They exploit your labor. They exploit your passion. And the moment that you're sick, or God forbid you die, they're on to the next fucking person. They're on to the next fucking sad soul. All right, so stop applying to these fucking jobs. Stop thinking that a job is gonna fucking save you. Unless, of course, you feel your purpose is tied in to working that job. I trust me, you would be better off putting that effort into your own creations. Okay? The entire reason that I started, recording was because, I've made, spiritual content here and there, and I did the whole TikTok thing. I wasn't perfect, but I liked it, and I liked, being on camera to help people, to give people some words that they need to hear, to give people some messages, some guidance. I like doing that. And I hope I can continue this regularly. And I hope that we can go on this journey together and connect and lift each other up, and we can find success on our journeys. All right. Now, another thing that what I was originally going to make a video about is that you need to take care of yourself. Okay, if you are overworking yourself, you need to take a break. All right? Take a break and make time for yourself before time makes it for you. Okay? I know, we have jobs to go to, we have bills to pay, we have people to take care of. I know. But you cannot handle all of this alone. I can't handle all of this alone. Okay? And a couple weeks ago, I was at work. I thought I was okay, and then suddenly I wasn't, and I was hospitalized, and I have felt awful since. And another thing is that I've been having this thing happen. I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but I've been having this thing happen where I'll be asleep, and I have really bad insomnia, but I'll be asleep and I will wake up. It's normal for me to wake up like 4 hours into my sleep cycle. I'll just wake up randomly, and usually I can't fall back asleep. I'll just wake up and then I'm up. But recently what's been happening is I wake up and I go to like check the time, and then I hear a voice that's telling me everything is going to work out, but you have to rest. And I don't know where that comes from, because it kind of sounds like me, but it really doesn't sound like me. And it's like I can physically hear it. It's not like, in my mind. It's like somebody telling me everything is going to work out, but you have to rest. You have to. Okay, and it's just like, it's like this truth. It's like non-negotiable, bitch, get your ass back to sleep. And every time this has happened, even though it's like, I'll be awake for like a couple seconds, I will hear that, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. I'll say, okay, thank you. And then I'll go back to sleep, and I'll pass out until, it's time to get up for work. But to me, that's just like, that is the strongest spiritual message that I can receive right now, is everything is going to work out fine. Okay, everything's gonna work out fine. Don't just shut that shit up right now, okay? Everything is gonna work out fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay, but you have to rest. If you are overworking yourself, you have to rest. Okay? It's hard, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm doing everything alone. I don't have a support system. I don't have people to do things for me. I don't have it. I don't. Hold on. Let me check the time. Okay. I don't have it. I have to do all of this alone. But you have to carve out time. You have to practice intentional quietness, intentional silence, intentional rest. Treat it like an appointment. Block it in if you have to. Intentional rest. Okay, and this isn't on some like depressive mode, rot in your bed shit. No. Okay? Go sit outside. Go sit in the grass. Okay? You're gonna sit in silence 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's all you need. Silence your mind. Okay? Make your bedtime routine intentional. Make it luxurious. What I mean by this, what do you do before bed? Most people are on their fucking phones scrolling and shit. No. Okay, if you're the kind of person who likes to take a bath or shower before bed, I mean, personally, that's me because I get off work and I'm all gross and shit. Make it a nice shower. Make it a nice bath. Make some tea, some chamomile, you know, get your sleepy time tea, okay? You know, what I like to do is I'll listen to some of my favorite, like, spiritual mentors, or I'll listen to music that I really, really like. And, you know, someone like me who has insomnia, I usually have to take, like, sleep aids if it's, like, really bad. But I've been on a new medication, and I can't take those sleep aids on this medication, so you have to find a way to wind yourself down. And that's by putting the phone down, okay? Journal before bed or read before bed, or if you're the praying kind, pray before bed, meditate before bed, you know, ask spirit, ask source, or if you do deity work, ask your deities or angels or guides, whoever. Ask them to sit with you before bed. You know, clear your mind. Put the phone down, get off of social media, clear your mind. Get enough sleep, okay, because sleep controls the immune system, it controls the gut. Lack of sleep, you fuck your entire life up, okay? Get enough sleep. First thing in the morning, drink some water, okay? Drink some lemon water, you know. Make it intentional and luxurious. This is about slowing down. This is about tapping into feminine energy, okay? Because if you are in your masculine energy all the time, you're overworking yourself, you put everything before you, you are going to fuck yourself up. And everybody has masculine and feminine energy within them, okay? You cannot have too much of one or the other. They have to be balanced. All right? So tap into your feminine energy. Okay? There's all sorts of shit that's connected to being in the feminine energy. Okay? Feminine energy is creativity. Feminine energy is manifestation. Feminine energy is nurturing, you know? So much shit is rooted in feminine energy. So ask yourself, am I in an overly masculine energy, or am I balanced? Am I in tune with myself? Am I in tune, like, are my energies balanced? All right. You got to put the social media down. You got to stop the late night doom scrolling. You got to stop the mindless scrolling, okay? Because these algorithms, they are designed against you. It has been proven that Facebook, their algorithms tend to push hateful and controversial content more so than not, okay? There's been news articles about this. There's been studies done, all right? Facebook intentionally pushes negative content. And you will find more oftentimes than not that if you go to Facebook and you click on the comments of a public post on like a news article or what have you, they will not remove or censor hateful comments, like sexist comments, racist comments, what have you. But like if you go to try and like, you know, flip the tables on them, they'll remove your comment. They stand by hatred. They stand by racism. They stand by sexism. And that's how they make their money, is by pushing the controversial content. And what does this mean for you? This means that if you are addicted to Facebook discourse, if you're addicted to scrolling on social media, if you're addicted to seeing all the negative like posts, you know, there's like at least 20 global events happening every single fucking day. You know, if you're addicted to that and constantly consuming it, you feel powerless and you become a negative person, because that's all your mind thinks about, is how horrible everything is. You know, you feel powerless because you're like, I'm just one person. What can I do? That's what the powers that be want you to think. They want you to feel powerless. They want you to think that your intention, your energy, your movement makes no difference. And it does. And part of being on this journey is realizing it does. Okay? Alright? You would not be given these dreams and these goals and these gifts and this ability to make the world a better place, you know, to make people happy. You would not be given these gifts for no reason, just to hide them away, just to work some fucking 9-to-5, just to have discourse online. Okay? They're not given to you for no reason. These visions that you have, you would not be given these if you could not have them, if you could not do them, if you could not live them. Okay? These visions of helping each other, making this world a better place, chasing your passions, feeling fulfilled, it is possible. And you have to chase that. Instead of all of this noise. It's all noise. All the bullshit. All the fucking social media. You know, it's all noise. It is meant to keep you distracted. It is meant to keep you off your rhythm. It is meant to make you feel powerless. Okay? And this is not saying, hey, don't give a fuck about shit that's going on. Don't give a fuck about, you know, these awful events that are happening. Okay, if I'm talking to you, more likely than not, you're a very empathetic person. You have empathy. More so to the point that just the despair of all of this has you wailing in the streets. It has you crying before bed every night, asking God, or, you know, asking universe, you know, are you really there? Do you even care? Do you care? And I feel for you. I know how hard it is. Because, you know, not only do you have your own fucking problems, but everything feels like shit. And that is why you have to get off social media, and you have to take care of yourself, and you have to rest. Everything will work out, but you have to rest. You have to. You have to put your phone down. You have to sit in silence. You have to sit with intention. You have to meditate. You need to find your inner voice. If you believe in God, you need to speak to God. Okay? Because we are ascending. Okay? These energies, this bullshit, this noise, this negativity, that is not meant for us. Okay? It has been lived. It has been tried. It does not fucking work. The only thing that it does is keep you down and keep you in line with a system designed to exploit and kill you. Okay? So, get some rest. Alright? Move with intention. Meditate. If you pray to God, if you believe in God, pray to God. Sit with God. Sit with your angels. Sit with your guides. Your ancestors did not go through all of that pain and that bloodshed. Okay? Your ancestors did not go through all of that for you to repeat the cycle. Each generation makes this world a better place. We have to lift each other up. And each new generation needs to lift each other up. We have to lay the work, the groundwork, so that future generations will have it better and can be better. Okay, ascension. We have to build the steps. Okay, we can't do this anymore. We can't. Whew, God. I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. We can't do this anymore. We can't perpetuate these cycles, okay? These cycles have to end. Our ancestors went through so much, okay? And if you are a part of the marginalized, your ancestors have been through so much, okay? They went through so much bloodshed and pain, okay? Things that are not okay. Okay? So it is time to stop with the noise. It is time to stop listening to it. And it is time to stand up and walk your own path. Okay? This is our higher calling. This is our purpose. By choosing ourselves, we are lifting future generations up. We are changing the world. So yeah, I don't know where that came from, but that's the message. You need to chase your purpose, and if you don't know what it looks like, meditate on it. Okay? Pray to whoever you believe in. Ask your ancestors, ask your guides, ask your angels. Pray to God if you believe in God. Pray to whatever deity you believe in. Pray to Source, pray to the universe. Okay? Meditate on it. Anyway, I love you. Remember to get some rest. Stay hydrated. Alright, I've got things I gotta go do. I'm about to make a 2.5 hour drive. And I worked all night last night, so... Anyway, I love you so very much. Bye.